Shalom! Welcome to this week's portion of the Sedra Tzav. Sorry for the break for a couple weeks, but we're here and back again. And this week's Sedra could be a little challenging in the fact that it centers around korbanot. It centers around the sacrifices that we have in the Mishkan, in the tabernacle, and then continuously in the Beit HaMikdash. My advice: study carefully. Look for something that excites you and analyze that point. Let me share with you what I found this week, which I don't think deals so much with the korbanot, with the sacrifices, but deals more with a theme that runs concurrently in this week's Sedra. The theme that I found starts with the first pasuk and ends with the last pasuk, and really doesn't have much to do with in between, as in the point that I would like to make. The pasuk starts off with Tzav, and the Rishonim, especially Rashi, quote the Divrei Chazal that discuss what the idea of Tzav, of command, is. Check out Rashi on his point of why it is that Tzav, the shorish that we get mitzvah from, and where that plays a role in this week's Sedra. And then we find that same theme mentioned in the last pasuk, as the last pasuk of our Sedra discusses how Aharon listened to all the commands that Hashem had given them. And it's interesting how the pasuk starts off with the idea of mitzvah and ends with the idea of mitzvah, and really begs the question of, what is a mitzvah? When we translate mitzvah literally, we usually use the word command. And command has a double connotation. Command, on the one hand, seems to have what we would consider a negative connotation of forced, of subjugation. And the question is that really what mitzvot are? At Har Sinai, did Hashem command Moshe to the point where it said, before you came up on this mountain, you had a choice of what to do in life, and now you have no more choice. Today, you're commanded. You must do what I tell you. Or, could command have a second connotation? Could mitzvah have a second connotation? And the idea that we translate it as a mitzvah as a good deed, which we find colloquially used very often, that what you're doing is a mitzvah. It's a good thing. A good thing has a much different connotation than command. A good thing seems to say that this is a choice. This is something that you want to be doing. It's better for you. And really the question is begged, which one is the proper understanding of mitzvah? And I think, you might not like the answer, but I think it's both. I think that the answer is both. Mitzvah is both a command and mitzvah is a good deed. Both of these definitions are 100% true. How could they both work in tandem when they seem to be such opposites? The answer is as follows. A mitzvah is given to us as a vehicle for our perfection, for us to become better people. But the one that's giving it to us is the master of the universe, the creator of all. And therefore, he knows what's best for us. And he has put us on this world with a cause and effect system of life. And therefore, there are consequences when we don't follow the proper path. If I cross the street without looking, chances are I will get hit by a car. And if I don't lead my life in the most perfected way, chances are life won't work out perfectly for me. That is the idea of this week's Sedra. The idea is that mitzvah, the tzav, and the fact that Aaron did everything is both an advantage to us and also something that we are, quote unquote, we must do. Because not to do it would be to disagree and to not follow the natural order that Hashem put in this world. The natural order Hashem told us is, this is how life works. And therefore, we aren't forced to do the mitzvos. We have free choice not to. We're commanded in the fact that Hashem says, if you don't do it, there are consequences to your actions. But if you do follow it, there are rewards. And those rewards are not only metaphysical, but they are also natural, in the fact that we see that a Torah family gets along well with each other as long as they're following the Torah. V'ahavta l'recha kamocha becomes the theme by which people interact with others. V'halachta b'drachav, chesed, kindness flows freely from the person that follows the Torah. And that is the idea of mitzvah. That's the idea of the reward. Enjoy this week's parsha, observe the mitzvos, and Shabbat Shalom.